He looked like the guy next door, clean-cut, polite, smart. A law student, some said charming, others said forgettable. But behind that carefully constructed, masked Ted Bundy was something far more sinister. One of the most manipulative, sadistic serial killers the United States has ever seen. Bundy confessed to murdering 30 women across several states in the 1970s. Experts believe the real number could be much higher. He didn't just kill, he hunted, stalked his victims, often luring them with fake injuries or requests for help. Once he had them isolated, the cruelty began. The crimes weren't impulsive. They were calculated, controlled, and completely devoid of remorse. But the truth about Ted Bundy isn't just that he killed people. It's how he got away with it for so long, and why so many people refuse to believe someone like him could be capable of such horror. He escaped from custody twice. During one escape, he traveled across state lines and murdered again. This wasn't just a killer on the run. This was a predator using the cracks in the justice system as his hunting ground. What's even more disturbing is how the media portrayed him. Headlines focused on his looks, his intelligence, his so-called charisma. While women were grieving the loss of daughters, sisters, and friends, newspapers printed stories about Bundy's smile. Courtrooms were filled with spectators treating his trial like a performance. And Bundy, he soaked it up. He represented himself in court, cross-examined witnesses, turned the most serious legal proceedings into a twisted stage. The truth is, Ted Bundy wasn't a genius. He wasn't a misunderstood soul. He was a predator. His manipulation extended to every part of his life, from his relationships to the press to the courtroom. Even in death, people argued about his psychology. Was he a sociopath, a narcissist, a psychopath? The answer is probably all of the above. But labeling him doesn't make the horror any less real. His victims were young women. Many were college students, some were only teenagers. They had names, dreams, families, and Bundy stripped them of all of that. Then he smiled for the cameras even after he was caught. The horror didn't stop. He gave partial confessions, played games with investigators, offered up bits of information when it suited him, especially when he realized doing so might delay his execution. For years, he controlled the narrative. He gave interviews, told stories, played the role of victim and monster at the same time, and the public, some remained fascinated, some horrified, some both. The truth about Ted Bundy is that he was ordinary, and that's the scariest part. He didn't wear a mask. He didn't hide in shadows. He was the man in plain sight, the co-worker, the neighbor, the student in class. That's how he got close. That's how he killed. It's easy to turn someone like Bundy into a myth, into a character in a true crime drama. But behind every documentary, every headline, every quote from his trial are real victims. Real people and families still living with unanswered questions and lasting grief. Bundy was executed in 1989. His last words were as hollow as his soul. But what he left behind was a chilling reminder of what evil can look like when it dresses up like a regular man and walks straight into your life. So when people say Ted Bundy in 60 seconds, they're missing the point. Bundy doesn't belong in quick summaries or viral clips. The truth is uglier, slower, and far more disturbing than that. This isn't a story about a clever killer, it's a warning. A reality check. Evil doesn't always come with a growl. Sometimes it shows up with a smile.